Hi there, La Jolla UMC family. Yesterday, the Council of Bishops of the United Methodist Church announced that 4 constitutional amendments to the UMC's constitution have been ratified by the annual conferences around the world. Each one received more than 91% approval, which is obviously well above the 2/3 majority that's required. Now, let me help you understand what all of that means. You see, our Constitution, the UMC Constitution, is the foundation, and it defines how the global church is structured, how we connect across regions, how bishops are elected, and how we live out our mission together. A general conference, which is elected lay and clergy delegates from around the world, it meets every 4 years, and that's the primary legislative body of the UMC. That means it's the only group that can make changes to our book of discipline, and even that general conference can't change the UMC Constitution without approval of the annual conferences around the world by at least a 2/3 majority. Those votes are canvassed and certified by the Council of Bishops, and once that's done, the amendments officially take effect. And so that's the announcement from yesterday. Friends, this marks a major moment in our denomination's life. Bishop Tracy Malone, who serves as the president of the Council of Bishops, she called it a defining moment in the continuing renewal and unity of the United Methodist Church. Now, I'd like to take a minute and walk you through what these 4 constitutional amendments do. The first, and by far the most far-reaching, is called worldwide regionalization. This change restructures the United Methodist Church into regional conferences around the globe, including one for the United States, each region with equal authority to adapt portions of the Book of Discipline for their own context and mission. It's being described as the most significant structural change since 1968, when the Methodist Church and the Evangelical United Brethren Church united to form the United Methodist Church. Until now, only conferences outside the United States had that kind of flexibility. This amendment brings parity. Every region can now shape ministry, clergy standards, and worship resources to fit its culture and legal settings, while remaining united in the core doctrine and shared mission. One church leader from Mozambique said this marks an equitable era where every region is an empowered partner. It's a step toward a church that's less centralized in the U.S. and more fully global in both structure and spirit. The Second Amendment adds the words gender and ability to our constitutional statement about inclusiveness. That means that no one can be excluded from worship membership or participation because of gender or physical or mental ability. It affirms in clear language that every person is of sacred worth and fully welcome in the life of the church. The Third Amendment strengthens the church's commitment to racial justice. It proclaims that God created all persons as God's unique and beloved children, and that racism opposes God's law, goodness, and love, and diminishes the image of God in each person. This amendment is both a confession of truth and a call to action, that our unity in Christ compels us to confront and eliminate racial injustice wherever it appears, both inside and beyond the church. The Fourth Amendment clarifies the educational requirements for clergy who are eligible to vote for delegates to General Conference. It clarifies the standards and ensures that those standards are consistent and appropriately adapted for each region, reflecting the diversity of our global context. Taken together, these 4 amendments express a church that's growing into its worldwide identity. It's more adaptable, more inclusive, and more committed to living faithfully in the many places where God's planted us. There will, of course, be ongoing work as each region lives into this new structure. For United Methodists in Africa, Europe, and the Philippines, those central conferences will now be known as regional conferences. Here in the U.S., steps will begin to form a new U.S. regional conference, a body designed to handle U.S.-specific matters without overshadowing our global siblings. Judy Keniston of the Worldwide Connectional Table, this is kind of like the denominational church council, Keniston said, "Some fear that regionalization might fragment the church, but what we're seeing instead is a deeper kind of unity, a church learning to trust one another, to listen across cultures, and to serve together in love." Friends, this is a historic season in the life of the United Methodist Church. And while the details might sound kind of procedural, at its heart, this is about our mission, to make disciples of Jesus Christ for the transformation of the world. and to do so in ways that honor the diverse people and places that God has called us to serve. If you have any questions, please talk with me. Grace and peace to you, my friends.